This is autumn. The harsh dandelions sway like a white soft brush against the mystic canvas of azure blue. The sky textured by white fluffy clouds against the backdrop. As the eyes drink on this ethereal beauty, the ears tingle with the beating of faraway drums. The darkies or drummers summon up Bengal's greatest festivity, the Durga Puja, or the worship of Devi Durga, the homecoming of the overpowering mother from her heavenly abode. As India celebrates, diverse religions melt into one cauldron of ecstasy. Yet all too soon it is over, within a span of 5 days. Devi Durga is immersed, and the Ganges wipes her tears. The retreat of Devi Durga is not without celebrations. The revelry takes the color of a carnival. And as Durga slowly submerges into the Ganges, hearts sink to new low. Hindu mythology is of a firm conviction on what actually transpired. The gods in the heavens were tormented by a monstrous demon in the form of a buffalo. Expelled from their heavenly abode, they sought the services of the creator of the universe, Lord Brahma. After lending his ears to the plight of the gods, Lord Brahma was extremely perturbed and provoked. A magical glow emanated from his body to merge with the radiance of Lord Vishnu, the preserver of the universe, and Lord Shiva, the destroyer of the universe. In an unsurpassed luminousness, a dazzling light in space was formed, and Devi Durga emerged with 10 hands, each decked with a weapon, riding a lion. This form is aptly called Mahishasuramardini, that is, the annihilation of the buffalo demon. Durga then demolished the demon which confronted her in the form of a buffalo. Indian folk dances depicts that in all its glamour and splendor. And so, Devi Durga is worshipped through the ages for all that is moral, exemplary, and righteous, equated against all that is immoral and heinous. The facial features of Devi Durga has been accorded a wide range of dignified appearances by umpteen artists, keeping her basic, lofty bearing and demeanor. The conceiving and formation of the face of the goddess has been derived from the method of making earthen pitchers. The hollow pitcher is made by turning a mold of soft clay on a rotating wooden wheel. By this method, the pile becomes hollow. The basic construction of the face is similar, only noses, lips, and eyes are sculpted over its surface. These additions create her godly demeanor. The clay idols are made of 64 different materials, including clay, straw, bamboo, thread, pith, iron nails, and watercolor. The materials are primarily sourced from the rural countryside of Bengal. The four main stages of construction involve the initial bamboo and straw structure, the modeling with clay. In fact, 4 types of clay sourced from the rivers are used. The touch of color adds life to clay. The draping and elaborate ornamentation follows. As the junior artists work with the main body, the face is created by exclusive artists or clay artisans. However, the face of the Durga idol was hardly this benign to begin with. It was hardly so benevolent, gracious, and kind-hearted. In the beginning, the face was much bigger, the eyes were angrier, and stretched almost to the ear, and also appeared rather enraged. In the customary and traditional idols, the entire family of Durga was placed standing together with her family in front of a decorative background which bore folk tales, fables, and myths as paintings on a semicircular disc. Not only those illustrious eyes and the lips, but also the hands and the palms were different in the traditional idols of the goddess. The hands were shorter. For example, the demon under her feet was even diminutive and dwarfish. However, that did not diminish the physical and philosophical importance of the goddess. Her grandeur remained intact. This is how Devi Durga appeared for nearly 250 years, when the worship or Durga Puja started first in the city of Kolkata. The Durga festival was characteristic of a few aristocratic families almost 2 centuries back. It was the domain of the elite. Traditional families lived in palatial buildings with courtyards where the Durga Puja was traditionally held. This scene is a contemporary one, but it reflects an archaic period of over 250 years where the ethnic wear or the idols have hardly changed. The grandeur has not diminished. Aristocratic families continue to welcome Durga with the same wholehearted enthusiasm. The worship of Devi Durga was their expression of joy. The first big Durga festival was organized by the Dev family. The look and feel of the Durga idol worship in this family has not changed at all in 250 years, making it easy for us to imagine the first idol worshipped in 1757 in Kolkata. Lord Clive established the first capital of the English administration in Kolkata about 250 years ago.
To the local Indian noblemen, this presence of the English traders opened a new opportunity for conducting into business relation with the Englishmen. Many historians suggest that the Durga festival was often used as a pretext to entertain the English rulers and aristocrats in lieu of certain business favors.
European influences are still dominant in the idols of Durga. It is easy to reflect on how European noble ladies helped choose the color of the clay models, the predominance of pink, the use of Mongolian yellow, or just the pinkish hue of the European ladies, reflected in their oil paintings. The aquiline nose is also primarily an English feature. It is to be noted that these colors of such noses are hardly found among Indian women. The amalgamation of Western and Eastern art forms is not entirely a new phenomenon. The fusion can be traced to the advent of Alexander the Great. Before the presence of the Greek emperor, Indian art reflected reality only to a certain extent. The brush conjured up flattish noses and thick lips even on those of Lord Buddha. Indian sculptors went after more realistic art only after the arrival of the Greeks. This cultural coalescence resulted in an art form fusion known as Gandhara art, where the gestures of Lord Buddha were Indian while the blending of features were Greek. The Durga idols were a mixture of a similar kind. The features of the goddess do not represent the original dwellers of India, perhaps again highlighting in this manner its assumed importance in the context of the English presence in Kolkata. It does not mean that the character of the Durga was also a product of this cultural fusion. The goddess exists, as she always did, firmly within the traditional stories of Indian mythology. Socio-historical factors have acted as influences in the imaginative forms of Durga Devi. For example, the implicit effect of the joint family. Till primarily the 1930s, the adult Indian siblings stayed on with their parents and children. Till then, the Durga idol was made to stand in front of a semicircular background along with her family, a hint of unity in its spatial arrangements. Primary changes were observed in the idols of the 1940s. The unified backdrop broke up and took shape into 5 parts. Each part was occupied by a single child of goddess Durga, and the largest part was where Durga stole the limelight. The artist who first conceived the breaking up of this spatial arrangement was Gopeshwar Pal. India's independence was followed by heartbreaks, the partition of Bengal, a bitterness reflected in the breaking up of the family arrangement of Durga and her children. Only the traditional big family pujas maintained the conventional format of the goddess and her family on an unified background.
1971 saw the birth of Bangladesh. The phenomenon witnessed a large exodus of people crossing over to India to take refuge. The Bengali mindscape groped for a new avatar, a new Devi Durga, who would rescue and redeem their spirit from calamities.
The new Durga became kinder, merciful, and domesticated. She would salvage and safeguard. Shunning her resplendent ornaments, the goddess became the village mother, with no jeweled ornaments. This was a goddess that would relieve her children of misery. This frugal goddess was the creation of Gurachand Pal, a genius as a clay artisan. This was not the end of her unfolding form. 1980 onwards, globalization took over and living standards started spiraling with growth and development. The enlargement of the image of Durga took shape further. The color white almost lost its validity as an expression of contemporary life. The idols of goddess Durga became glamorous and grandeur took center stage. Golden ornaments, larger crowns, stylish popular images came to be. A special style was created by Mohan Bashi Rudrapal. Durga has now gone global. Durga idols can easily be seen worshipped in London, Paris, Rome, New York, Washington, Tokyo. You name the city, she has spread her blessings to every corner of the planet. Not only Hindus, but almost every community, irrespective of caste, creed, or religion, gets involved in the festivity in the sharing of happiness. In fact, From the basic procurement of raw materials to the immersion ceremony, heterogeneous people come together to make the festival an occasion to remember. Interestingly, the Durga festival is a major source of livelihood for the deprived and the underprivileged. The large scale of the festivities generate ample employment. From the building of the pandals, making of the idols, illumination, fireworks, and quintals of flowers that are sold every day during this period. Corporate establishments give away prizes for the best community festivals. The prizes are categorized to include not just the idols, but the ambience created by the organizers. This has even lent a competitive edge. Experimental idols were made since the late 1960s. The youth worldwide started questioning the validity of everything. It was natural that they would also question the making of the idols with clay. The rebels started making their idols with any material they could lay their hands on: paper, wood, cloth, terracotta, pith, fiberglass, and whatnot. We are in front of the famous bird Durga, the goddess with birds on the attack. Is that a political, ecological statement? Are birds the best weapons to fight ecological balance? Does Devi Durga expose the ills of our society? And does she portray intellectual and philosophical concerns? Devi Durga is open to changes, killing demons with her stride and changing with the tide, helping surface questions we dare not ask normally, representative of a whole lot of change that society undergoes.
सर्वभूतेषु शान्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः.
A deity created by humans seeking humane answers. As she continues to stay as one of the most important marker in a calendar year, she continues to mirror humanity, compassion, and a warm-heartedness extremely difficult to ignore.
प्रतिमा आओ तब अचिंत रूप चरित महिमा